I did my job. I felt that I could make better. I always could make better. It's just some opinion of judges. Congratulations, Artur, and I didn't see this fight.
Artur Beterbiev's journey to becoming the undisputed light heavyweight champion is one that has taken many unexpected twists and turns. Though now holding the coveted WBO, IBF, WBC, and WBA belts, his reign as the undisputed king of the division is still something fiercely debated in boxing circles.
Champion Artur Beterbiev!
It's a title that now comes with a giant question mark, at least in the eyes of many fans and experts. The reason? A night of tension-filled action that left as many questions as it did answers. His majority decision win over Dmitry Bivol.
Great fight! Great fight!
For 12 good rounds, Beterbiev and Bivol played out a tactical chess match that was anything but straightforward. Beterbiev, the wrecking ball with an undefeated record built on knockouts, came forward, seeking to land his signature power punches. He marched his opponent down like a hunter stalking prey, but Bivol, slick and elusive, wasn't about to be an easy target. He answered with sharp counters, slipping out of harm's way just in time, and occasionally landing flurries of his own that kept Beterbiev on edge. The problem was, it wasn't always clear who had the upper hand.
Ну что, ребята, ну что, карма настигла своего засранца. Артур, я рада за тебя. Вперед!
Was it the relentless pressure of Beterbiev making Bivol dance to his beat, or the clean, crisp counters from the Russian challenger who never looked to be in serious trouble? This was the question hanging over the heads of all those watching, and as the rounds ticked by, the debate only grew louder. The judges' scorecards in the end were just as controversial. One saw the contest as a tie, perfectly encapsulating the uncertainty in the arena, while the other two gave Beterbiev the slight edge, declaring him the victor. And that's where the real firestorm started. The post-fight conversation wasn't just about celebrating Beterbiev's achievement. Instead, it has now become a story full of controversy, with the boxing community splitting in every direction. Social media, as it often does, exploded with opinions. Some fans and pundits applauded the result, praising Beterbiev for his grit and perseverance, pushing the action, controlling the pace. Others were far less kind. One of the loudest voices in the aftermath was Ryan Garcia. The always outspoken and occasionally controversial star didn't mince his words, taking to Twitter to declare the fight a robbery. "Wow, robbery if you ask me," Garcia wrote, lighting up the conversation and making sure his take was one of the first to be heard. It wasn't just Garcia, though. Plenty of other pros have said the same, feeling Bivol had done enough with his precise, calculated counterpunching to win. They, like most of us, saw Bivol's clean shots as more significant than Beterbiev's relentless pressure.
Not concerned about the fight. I'm more concerned about, if be honest, I always more critic of myself. And even all my last 20 fights, because of luck, I win them by KO. I'm always complain about my skills, performance, That's why I don't like what I did. I want to do more.
But while one camp cried foul, another celebrated Beterbiev's success. After all, this wasn't just another victory. It was the culmination of a career spent crushing opponents, a man known for ending fights long before the final bell. Here, Beterbiev had been forced to go the full 12 rounds, something he rarely does, and still managed to secure his place as the man with all the belts at 175 pounds. That's no small feat. The doubters could say what they wanted, but the fact remained. Beterbiev was now the undisputed light heavyweight champion. Or was he?
I don't want to disrespect Artur Beterbiev and his team because they're just incredible fighters. But I find it sickening that after a lifetime of hard work, Dmitry Bivol is not undisputed champion tonight. He won that fight. I struggled to find anybody on our road, a row behind, on the TV rows, who didn't score the fight.
In the world of boxing, the word undisputed has its own layers. Yes, Beterbiev held all the titles, But the controversy surrounding the decision had created a split among the fans. For many, being undisputed means more than just having all the belts. It means winning in a way that leaves no doubt silencing critics. And that's where Beterbiev's victory fell short. It didn't silence anyone, in fact, it did the opposite. It opened up an entire new chapter of debate. Beterbiev's style, built on brute force, clashed with Bivol's finesse in a way that left everyone wanting more. Some wanted more definitive action, more aggression from Bivol, more clear domination from Beterbiev. Others simply wanted to see Bivol get his hand raised after outboxing the feared knockout artist, but none of them got exactly what they wanted. Instead, they were left with a fight that was far too close for comfort, a decision that would be argued over for years to come.
As far as what could he have done, I thought he put a good fight, Bivol. I thought, look, you could say there was one spot where he was throwing combinations in the middle part of the fight. I wrote it on my notes. I don't have it in front of me.
The controversy surrounding Artur Beterbiev's narrow win over Dmitry Bivol didn't just stop with the judge's decision, and Garcia, though, it spilled over into the boxing community, sparking reactions from fighters and fans alike. With the entire sport talking about the result, it seemed that everyone had an opinion on whether Beterbiev's victory was truly deserved. Another voice that has been in the talk was Shakur Stevenson, a fighter known for his own tactical brilliance and precision. Shakur Stevenson shared to his X account saying the same thing that Ryan Garcia felt. His reaction? A short biting tweet saying, "Boxing is terrible." Stevenson's choice of words said it all. This wasn't just about a bad night of judging, it was about a system that in his view consistently failed to deliver fair outcomes. Stevenson's voice added weight to the growing chorus of those disillusioned by the sport they love, hinting at a deeper issue within boxing's scoring system. Even Dmitry Bivol, the man at the center of it all, couldn't stay silent on the matter.
I did my job. I felt that I could make better. I always could make better. It's just some opinion of judges. Congratulations, Artur, and I didn't see this fight.
Known for his typically calm and respectful demeanor, Bivol isn't one to engage in post-fight heat. But after the decision was announced, even he couldn't help but voice his thoughts. The scoring, it wasn't what I expected, but I don't want to comment on it, so not to say it's excuses, he said, subtly suggesting that he didn't agree with the outcome. Bivol's disappointment was evident, though he refrained from outright criticism. Still, his comment was enough to show that the judge's decision had left him and many others puzzled. However, even with that on the table, Bivol went on to congratulate Beterbiev of the better game. But it didn't end with Bivol. Clashing opinions continued to pour in. Claressa Shields, a fighter who's never shy about speaking her mind, also had something to say. This fight didn't live up to the hype to me. 114, 114, 113, 114, 115, 112. Beterbiev. Shields' tweet didn't directly call the decision a robbery, but it reflected a common sentiment. This fight, hyped as a clash between two of the best in the division, didn't quite deliver the decisive action many had hoped for. The numbers she listed, representing the final scorecards, further showed the close and contentious nature of the bout. Shields seemed to acknowledge Beterbiev's win, but wasn't overly impressed with how it unfolded. Steven Espinoza, another interesting figure in the world of combat sports broadcasting, was more direct in his critique of the scoring. Really poor scoring. 116, 112 for Beterbiev is egregiously bad. Espinoza's voice carries significant weight in the boxing world, and his choice of words was particularly harsh. Describing the scorecard as egregiously bad wasn't just a simple critique. It was an indictment of the judge's ability to fairly assess the fight. A score of 116-112 in Espinoza's view painted a picture of a fight that Beterbiev clearly dominated, which was far from what actually happened and from what we saw. To Espinoza and many others, this wide margin felt disconnected from the reality of the action in the ring. Not every reaction was critical, though. Some fighters saw the fight differently, recognizing Beterbiev's efforts despite the controversy. Mohamed Mokaev, a rising star in mixed martial arts, expressed his view with simplicity and clarity. "I think Beterbiev got it." For Mokaev, the fight was close, but Beterbiev had done enough to edge out the win. his perspective stood in contrast to those who felt Bivol had been wronged, offering a reminder that, in boxing, interpretation can vary widely depending on what one values more: pressure or precision, aggression or defense. But perhaps the most telling reaction came from the fans themselves. In an age where every moment is dissected in real time on social media, the fans' voices were as loud as ever. And overwhelmingly, they felt that something had gone wrong. Whether it was the judges' scorecards, the lack of definitive action, or simply the fact that the fight didn't live up to its billing, the collective feeling was one of dissatisfaction. Many felt that Bivol had fought a smarter, cleaner fight, using his skill to outmaneuver the more powerful Beterbiev. Others, however, believed that Beterbiev's relentless forward march and ability to control the pace warranted his win. The reactions from fans reflected the complexity of the fight itself. Some argued that Beterbiev's constant pressure deserves more credit than it was given. In their eyes, Bivol's strategy, while clever, wasn't enough to take the belts from the champion. "You can't win by running," one fan tweeted, highlighting a long-standing debate in boxing about whether aggression or defense should hold more weight in the eyes of the judges.
Did you think that he would go the distance with you? You know, did he surprise you with his endurance?
Yeah, he did a good job.
Other fans took the opposite view, insisting that Bivol's counterpunching and ring generalship were the real story of the fight. To them, Beterbiev's pressure was largely ineffective, with Bivol making him miss more than he landed. These fans pointed to the punch stats, which showed Bivol connecting with more precise shots throughout the bout, as evidence that he should have been the one with his hand raised. But beyond the technical breakdowns, there was a deeper sense of frustration. For many, this fight felt like a missed opportunity, not just for Bivol, but for boxing itself. After months of buildup, the battle between Beterbiev and Bivol was supposed to settle once and for all who the true king of the light heavyweight division was. Instead, it left the question hanging in the air, with no clear resolution. Fans walked away feeling like they hadn't seen the definitive fight they were promised, and that perhaps the sport's scoring system had failed them once again.
Yeah, he did a good job. I don't know how he measured his work. I mean, good or not, but
Well, from what we know, we can tell that the fight was actually a good watch until it came to the scoring. For what it's worth, we now know that Beterbiev's knockout streak is broken, and Bivol's winning streak came to an end from the official ruling. But what did you think of this scoring? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. See you in the next one.